Good morning, guys. I hope everybody's having a good week so far, right? Before I dive too deep into this video, just a couple of updates. So one, I did get an external microphone for my camera now, so hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better. I know a couple people were just saying, my last video, the sound was maybe a little bit too loud or too soft in certain areas, so hopefully got that fixed now. And then my other update would be, so kind of like a big announcement. And this is not set in stone, so it's up in the air right now, but coming this time next year, I'm either going to be doing a 3-lift powerlifting meet, so bench, deadlift, and squat. So a meet with all 3 exercises, or I might actually do a classic bodybuilding or physique show. So I'll be doing one of those 3 with my buddy John. I'm excited. I still have a whole year, right? So this is nothing like 2 weeks down the road or whatever, but this is all work in progress, so we're gonna just see what happens. So, but those updates aside, this video I'm gonna be going over kind of like my workout split, and most specifically my overhead press workout. So what's it called? So yeah, I'm gonna be going through like every single exercise during my overhead press workout, kind of what kind of weight I handle with, like how you should perform the exercise, certain body cues you should look for, certain things you should do during the exercise, keeping your keeping your abdominal tight, keeping your abs tight, keeping your glutes and hamstrings tight when you perform certain exercises. So I'm going to be going over kind of like step-by-step instructions on how to perform some of the exercises I do, and just break down my workout split and kind of what I'm doing. Without further ado, let me take you guys to the gym. Okay, so what's going on, guys? I'm going to kind of talk about like how my workouts are structured right now currently in the gym. I've got kind of like a 4-day split. I got 4 main lifts, right? So technically it's supposed to be in the gym 4 days a week. However, I do go like 7 days a week, and those 3 days, I either take it as, so the 3 days I'm supposed to be off, I either take that as a rest day if my body needs it. If not, and I still want to go to the gym, it's usually like cleanup stuff or cleanup days. So what I mean by that is kind of like lagging body parts that I feel like I need to improve on. So maybe like rear delts. If you have a lagging bicep peak, you want to get your, bicep peak higher or whatever, hit some extra buys and whatnot. But that's kind of how it's structured right now. So 4 days in the gym, and they're kind of all focused around the 4 main compound movements. So bench press, deadlift, overhead press, and then a squat. So on the squat and deadlift days, I focus on back and legs. And then on the bench and overhead press day, I focus on chest, shoulders, triceps. And then I hit abs on all 4 of those days. So if that makes any sense to you guys, I hit everything actually twice a week. So my legs get hit twice a week, once on the main squat day and once on the back day when I do deadlifts, and then vice versa as well. So the day I do deadlifts, I also hit a little bit of legs. And then for the overhead press day, where I mainly focus on shoulders, I also hit chest, tris, and biceps. And then on the bench day, right, I'm hitting chest, I do shoulders, triceps, and arms. So everything gets hit twice a week. But for today's video specifically, we're gonna go over the overhead press workout. So it's gonna be mainly shoulders today. We're gonna do 2 to 3 shoulder movements. We're gonna throw in 2 chest movements, 2 tricep movements, and also abs. So today, like I said, is specifically an overhead press. What we're gonna do is we're gonna film the first set of every exercise, and in the beginning of every exercise, I'm gonna kind of show you how I set up for the exercise and what are like the body cues you should be noticing while performing the exercise. So let's get started. The first movement, it's gonna be overhead press. All right, guys, so overhead press, first movement, right? First off, when you're performing overhead press, right, you wanna keep your core tight the entire time, core tight, glutes and your legs should be tight as well to keep your entire body tight and strong and firm during the entire movement, right? So those are the first couple things. Core tight, keep your glutes, flexed, keep your legs flexed. So while you're pushing through the movement, your body's not moving everywhere, you're keeping everything tight and just strong, right? So as far as bar, hand placement on the bar, I'll just note that the farther out you do this exercise, the more isolated your shoulders are gonna be, right? So you typically probably would have to lower the weight. The closer in you get, the more triceps and back and lats you're gonna incorporate. It turns more into a stronger compound movement, so you can usually lift more the more you put your hands onto the bar. So right here, you'd be able to press more. The farther you go out, the less stronger you typically will be because you're isolating your shoulders more now. Usually I would tell people shoulders width for this exercise. So the last thing about this movement is, so you got your hand placement, you got your core tight, right? So you set up, you get underneath the bar, you know, you lift up. So from here, the one important thing to this exercise is that when you're pressing up, right, you don't want to press in front of you like this, right? You don't want to press in front because then your lower back is unstable, and you're also not hitting every head of your shoulder, right? So if you're only doing this, you're gonna hit your front delts, but you're not gonna hit the rear and side portions of your shoulders, right? So when you're doing this movement, which what I want you guys to do, is so when you press up, close to your face and punch your head through. When you punch your head through, the bar should be on the center of your head. Come down, punch, 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 punch. So the reasoning for this is so when you're pushing through, you're hitting all heads, you're hitting every head of that tricep, the side, the front, the rear delts, right? If you're just pressing to the front of you, you're only hitting that front delt. So on my first working set, guys, today we're doing 145 for 10 sets of 3. First working set, let's get it. Do these stronger compound movements in the beginning of your workout. Save your energy, conserve your energy, use your energy for those main lifts, and then for the other bodybuilding exercises like the hypertrophy stuff, where you're hitting 12 to 15 reps, pushing that blood into the muscle. Do that after, you know, the lower rep stuff, the stronger stuff that you need to be, you know, well rested for. So last set, let's get it. Hopefully we can get all 3. Next exercise, guys, is going to be side lateral raises after that big overhead press compound movement. So side lateral raises, how I like to do these, guys, is if you look at my arm, I sometimes do it straight when I'm bringing my arm straight and I don't even have a bend or a curve really in my arm. It's just straight the entire time. Or sometimes I'll put my arm at like a 30-degree angle, you know, hold the weight and bring it up like that. This is not an exercise where you're throwing up crazy weight, right? And after that compound movement, all these other exercises we're gonna be doing now are really to push the blood into the muscle, shape the muscle, right? And get that 12 to 15 clean reps of 4 sets constant. So I'm gonna perform the exercise for you guys now on how I like to do these. And like I said, I'm gonna do 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps with 25 pounds. So here we go, first set. And you can either have them to your side or to the front. It really doesn't matter, guys. But like I said, be conscious of when you're doing this exercise that you're actually hitting, you know, the side delt. You want to feel this portion of your shoulder, you know, feel that pump. So here we go. And then one other thing I want to note, guys, is that when you're doing these side lateral raises, you know, you don't have to go extreme with it, but at least get to, you know, parallel with your shoulders and stuff like that. Make sure you're at least getting a good clean rep, you know. If you're not hitting this kind of motion or this level of range of motion, then I would definitely suggest to drop the weight. So, but like I said, these exercises, especially side lateral raises, they're not there to really build any crazy strength or power, right? They're just there to help shape the shoulder, right? Put extra blood and really get that aesthetic look, right? So 3 more sets, move on to the next exercise. So next exercise, right? After we did overhead press, which hit, you know, all heads of the shoulders, front, rear, side, everything. We polished off the side laterals with the side lateral raises, right? Last shoulder exercise for this workout is going to be a bent over rear delt fly, right? So side laterals we just did, overhead press we just hit the entire shoulder. Now we're gonna polish off the rest with the rear delt fly to help with those rear delts. So I like to do these, like I said, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. I do this similarly like how you do the side lateral raises, right? Like a 30-degree, you know, bend in my arm, bent over, legs tight, stomach tight, head up, chest up, right? And from here, I have the dumbbells. I've got the dumbbells here, and you're literally flying outwards with them, like if you're gonna fly away, like so. Boom, boom. At the top, hold for a second, come down, slow the movement down. So, again, guys, not an exercise you can do crazy heavy weight with. This is literally just to help shape the muscle, help push more blood into the rear delt. So 4 sets, 12 or 10 to 12 reps. Let me know how you guys like this exercise. And yeah, 3 more sets. All right, guys, so after we got done with all the shoulder movements, right now we're gonna move on to chest. So like I had previously mentioned before, everything gets hit twice a week with my training program. And I try and incorporate like all types of exercises for the same muscle group. So for instance, like for chest, on my chest day, it's a lot of barbell movements, right? So I start off with like flat chest, barbell pressing, and then I'll do like incline pressing with the barbell. On the OHP day, where I'm hitting my chest again, it's a lot more dumbbell focused, right? So I'm doing 4 sets, again, 10 to 12 reps, incline dumbbell press. The biggest thing I would say for this exercise is that lots of people prefer the barbell too, people kind of flare their elbows out like this when they're pressing, right? They're flaring like this, and that's just putting a lot more isolation on your front delts and stuff. So what I like to do is kind of tuck my elbows down in, and when I'm pressing, kind of takes away the pressure from the front delt and focuses more on my chest. So, all right guys, first set, 4 sets of 10, 80 pounds, let's go. Try and mirror my form on this. Alright guys, so just got done with the incline dumbbell presses. 4 sets, 10 reps with the 80 pounds. Okay, next exercise we're going to do, and then chest is going to be done, are these cable flies. So first and foremost, wherever you kind of put the pin on a cable fly machine like this, and then wherever you're going to be pulling to, just know that wherever you're going to be pulling to, this line, like the line from which you pull in front of you, right? That's the area of the chest you're gonna be hitting. So if you push the cables down low and then you're pulling, just say to the bottom of your chest here, right? You're gonna be hitting this portion of your chest. So wherever you're theoretically pulling into, right? That's where you're gonna be hitting. So for me, I have a lacking upper chest, which many people usually do, right? So where I like to pull is, I get these raised up a little bit higher, right? And since I'm gonna be pulling at a line higher than the mid, it's gonna be more inclined, it's gonna be hitting my front delts a little bit too, right? So if I'm gonna be incorporating a little bit of shoulders and it's not just on my chest, I typically do a little bit of lighter weight, right? Or just to prevent injury in the shoulder and stuff. So 4 sets, I don't like to do anything lower than 12 reps on a cable fly. So 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps on this exercise, guys. Great finisher, great way to throw some extra blood into that chest and really get a nice pump. So here we go. I'm gonna show you kind of how I do these.
One other thing I want to mention is that I do put one foot back behind me, right? So when I'm doing it, I'm kind of stable, and when I'm pulling in front of me, right, I'm not like falling backwards or frontwards, stable. Pulling right too, so here we go. One foot back. Hold at the top, right? Solid reps, and like I said, keep your core tight, keep everything tight during every movement. So 3 more sets. All right guys, now at this point in the workout, shoulders are all done, right? Chest 2 movements are done. Now we're gonna hit triceps 2 movements. So the first one we're gonna do is just a normal cable tricep push down, and when it comes to triceps, I like to do one heavier movement per se, and then one movement where I'm hitting, 10 to 12 or 10 to 15 reps. So for this tricep push down, like a normal tricep push down, I'm gonna do this 4 sets of 8. So as far as form on this, like I said, every time, core tight. I know I sound like a broken record, but core tight, head up, chest up during this movement, right? And the biggest thing is when you're doing a tricep push down, you wanna start the movement, wherever, and then from here, when you're pushing down, your elbow shouldn't be moving, right? It should be stationary the entire time. Don't come up with it, don't go down with it, don't be doing any weight where you gotta crank the weight down, literally from here to there, from here to there. Get a good squeeze at the bottom, nice control at the top, right? Don't let it fly up. So nice and control down, squeeze, control the movement, come back up. 4 sets, 8 reps, heavy. The next set we'll do 12 to 15 reps. So here we go, first set. Simple as that. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. Let's get it. 3 more sets. Boom. Okay. So guys, last tricep movement. It's going to be a one-handed tricep push down, right? So how I like to do these is I start the movement off like holding the grip handle like this, right? And as I'm coming down, I like rotate the handle, right? So from here, I rotate down, right? So for these 2 tricep exercises, the first one I take more of as like a power movement, more as like a tricep compound movement, if you will. So that's why I did 4 sets of 8 reps with a heavier weight. This drastically cut the weight down, but I'm gonna be doing 12 to 15 reps, 4 sets, really trying to squeeze the bottom of these reps, right? Make these like super perfect form, right? A good finisher, good way to get the blood into the muscle. So we'll perform a set for you right now and kind of show you. Same thing with the other tricep push down exercise with the bar, elbows should be stationary the whole time. So from here, rotate down. From here, rotate down. From here, rotate down. So we'll show it to you right now. So elbow stationary, right? Core tight. Four. Squeeze at the bottom. Do these nice and slow, guys. I'm gonna finish up with the other arm and move on to abs. Okay, so now guys, shoulders are done, chest is done, triceps done. So now we're gonna do abs. So really quick, people think that some people still think that the abs are like this crazy muscle that you've gotta, either work only once a week or you gotta work it every day. The abs are just like any other muscle, right? So how you want to get your abs to show, right, is you want to build the actual abdominal muscle, right? You want to build the abdominal wall build that muscle, and then where the abs are gonna come in, where the actual visualization of your abs will show up is when you actually get leaner or lose some fat, right? So you wanna first build the muscle on your abdomen, and then when you lose the weight, that's where the abs start to pop, right? So what I like to do is, this is one of my favorite ab exercises, is just a weighted cable crunch, right? So for a lot of the movements I do, for instance, you know, squat, bench, all these big compound movements require a very strong core. So I like to do a lot of weighted stuff for my abs. So we're gonna show you how to do this cable crunch. So first off, I wanna just make note that when you're doing this crunch, right? So again, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. But what I like to do is when I'm doing these, I keep the rope stationary on my head, okay? And what I'm doing is when I'm coming down, I'm literally crunching my body, right? I'm not coming just straight down with the weight. I'm actually crunching my upper body, right? Crunching my abs. And I'm keeping everything stationary. My elbows aren't moving either. Kind of like with the tricep exercises. Elbows stay stationary, arms stay stationary. And you really want to drag that weight down and crunch with your abs, right? So we'll show you. So, lock it in, crunch, crunch. So, when you're doing the movement right, get a nice crunch, and also when you're coming up, let your abdominal wall really get a nice stretch. Get that nice stretch and get that nice crunch back down, right? Keep stationary, keep your whole body tight. 4 sets, 10 reps. Guarantee your abdominal, your abdomen, your abs will get stronger, and you will you'll see a noticeable difference in all your exercises, because every exercise you do in this gym requires to have a core tight and to have a strong core. The stronger this is, the easier all the other movements are gonna be, guys. So trust me on this. So try this out. I work my abs every single day. I'm not suggesting you guys do that. Just for me personally, doing this kind of exercises, they don't wear me out that much, so I don't get that fatigued. So the next day I'm not waking up with sore abs, right? So I can hit them again. So if you're a beginner or you've never done this weighted ab crunch before, I would suggest maybe just doing it 3 times a week, and 3 to 4 sets, 10 reps. Nice, good, heavy weight, but make sure the form's good, guys. So I'm gonna finish up with abs, and then after that, that's it for the workout, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little workout edit and workout video portion. So I hope I didn't confuse any of you guys. I know I threw a lot of information out at you guys, but just to kind of like recap, you know, I do have 4 main structured workouts throughout the week, right? And they're all structured around the 4 main basic compound movements. So bench, deadlift, squat, and overhead press. On the deadlift and squat days, I hit back and legs on both of those days. And on the bench day and overhead press day, I hit chest, tris, abs, and bis. And shoulders, obviously. So everything gets hit twice a week. And I apply kind of like a strength aspect to each muscle and a hypertrophy, you know, aspect to each muscle. So I train for strength for all my muscle parts, and then I also train for hypertrophy, like shaping the muscle, and just going for more of that bodybuilding aspect, right? So not really training for powerlifting or strength. So, but and then the other 3 days that aren't scheduled around my, you know, Excel programming, my OGA 753 programming, I either take those days as rest days, or if I want to do like I said before in the previous clip, that, you know, I can take those days to just polish off, you know, lagging body parts, or rear delts, upper chest, biceps, you know, whatever it may be, I'll throw those in. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm not too sure what my next one will be. Trying to right now kind of configure everything and try and group everything in playlists. So I do plan on doing like day in the life videos for you guys and stuff like that. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the uploads. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, and you know, come back. It's pretty cool. I think I'm pretty cool. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the weekend. Peace.